What's up, guys? Welcome to Cooked by Mutile. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, please consider watching other videos and subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your support. Today we'll be making these very simple donuts with easy ingredients, and they do not require any milk or eggs. So let's get started. We are going to be mixing our yeast in warm water. I'll be listing all the ingredients in the description box below because I adjusted some of the measurements. Mix your yeast until it dissolves in the water, and then add your sugar, mix and make sure everything is dissolved, and let it sit for around 5 minutes before we start adding our dry ingredients. Add some essence to mask the yeast. A lot of people prefer vanilla. I use chocolate essence, but you can use any essence of your choice. Now we're going to start adding our flour bit by bit. Any wheat recipe, always add your flour bit by bit. Never add your flour all at a go. At this point, I'll go in with my hand. My dough is still very soft, very sticky, but it's easier to mix it with my hands. I'll be adding more flour bit by bit while mixing until I'm content. The dough for this recipe needs to be soft, so if you make it, please follow the measurements that I'll list in the description box. If you have a mixer, good for you. If not, this is an arm exercise, so also good for us. You'll be adding some vegetable oil. You can use butter or margarine if you prefer, but I prefer vegetable oil. The dough should be soft and a little sticky before we let it rest and rise. And I forgot this step, so don't forget it. You need to oil your bowl before adding your dough and cover it, and then let it sit and rise for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, this is how the dough should look like. So go in with a punch to release the air. This is the most satisfying part of making these donuts for me. This is always my favorite part, punching to release the air. So the reason my dough is stuck on the sides of the basin is because I forgot to brush my basin with oil while adding the dough to let it rest. If you added your oil, if you brushed your basin or your bowl with the oil, it should not look like that. It should be easy to pull. So the next step is the messiest. We are going to be placing our dough on the table or whichever working surface you use. And I know it looks very messy right now, it's a bit confusing, but trust the process and continue kneading for like 5 minutes and the dough will be okay. After you're done kneading, let your dough sit for 2 minutes, and then we'll be slicing our dough ready for cooking. If you have a dough cutter or a donut cutter, use it. It's easier to use than a knife, but if not, you can also just use a knife or your hands. Both of them work. While making the balls, ensure you have a dusted tray or a plate dusted with some flour. This is where we are going to place our balls and wait for them to rise for around 3 minutes before cooking them. Before you complete the process of making the balls, put your oil on the fire to start heating up. When your oil is ready, add your dough one by one. Don't overcrowd your pan. Cook the first side for 5 minutes, and after turning the second side, cook it for 3 minutes. You need to cook your donuts on medium heat. If it's too hot, if your oil is too hot, they are going to burn on the outside and the inside will not be cooked. Prepare a surface with some napkins to dry the excess oil. This is where you'll transfer them once they are cooked. They are ready. They are very yummy, very soft. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.